Solomon. The main event is coming up right after the break.
We are here in Foxwoods. It is the PBC on ESPN, presented by Corona Extra. Told you about all the drama that was going on over the course of the past hour of checking the hand wraps first on the strong-looking prospect Sergei Derevyanchenko, and then they said, hey, how about take a look at the veterans' hand wraps, and they're still wrapping that right hand of Sam.
大家好，老师从业中医男科30余年，帮助了数千名海内外华人朋友通过中药调理重回男性雄风。如果你也存在房事时间短、勃起无力、硬度差、中途疲软、肾虚、前列腺炎等问题，现在就加中医老师微信574-993-200，纯中药，一人一方，治根治本，帮助你持续坚挺20至40分钟，补肾壮阳，延时助活，彻底告别快男软男。记住微信574-993-200。
What's happening in the locker room?
I'm here with Ken Rios, who's the vice chairman of the commission. And can you walk us through what happened tonight and how close we are to getting in the ring?
One of the camps questioned the opponent's wrap, concerned if it was 4 inches wide and the size of the pad on the top. And in our regs, it clearly states on hand wrapping 1.1, in all cases, the bandages must be soft surgical gore, not more than 12 yards in length and not more than 2 inches in width, held in place by not more than 8 feet of surgical tape for each hand. So that one roll of 12 yards of gauze is used to make the pad over the hand and to wrap.
Okay, now, how long?
And the question is, one corner was saying that the cornerman for one of the fighters was saying that the other corners, when they was inspecting it, was questioning if it was 4-inch gauze and if 2 rolls was used or not. When we went and inspected it, we had them take off one wrap, and we looked at it. It was 2 inches. It was not 4-inch gauze. Then the question was it 12 yards or more? When they rewrapped it, it was much smaller than the other hand, so we had them take that off and rewrap that one with the 12 yards of gauze.
And now we
take both of them, and we'll keep them in our records over here and put them with their names on them. This is the first fighter, and we'll have that for the record in our commission office. And we came over here because then the other opponent's corner said he didn't get to see the wrap of the gentleman here. Therefore, they have a right to see the wrap. They said it didn't happen, so by our regs, we had them retape.
Now, had they already been signed off by the commission?
Excuse me?
Had they already been signed off by the commission?
Yes.
Okay, and then now...
At my discretion, it was at my discretion to have them rewrapped. Because when the other fighter's corner was over here watching them and then had to go get their fighters, the man who wraps was out at the ring.
Okay.
So he had to leave here, so he didn't get to see him. He was here initially. So that's why I'm having him rewrap here.
Okay, and now finally, how much time will Sam Solomon get to warm up? Because I know Derevyanchenko now has been warming up.
That's 10 minutes. 10 minutes. We'll give 10 minutes.
All right, thank you very much.
And he has to go to the bathroom, so he's going to run to the bathroom first, and he'll be with an inspector the whole time.
Is that for testing?
No, that's to use the bathroom.
That's just personal needs. Okay, just wanted to know. So signing off here on the wraps, and hopefully within...
And we're going to allow that because it wasn't his fault. It wasn't either fighter's fault. So
that's the latest here from the locker rooms. Expecting then Sam Solomon and Sergei Derevyanchenko in the ring shortly.
Yes, Bernardo. Personal needs. A very thorough examination put forth by our ace reporter, and Commissioner Vice Chairman Ken Reels. We appreciate that. Well, no matter what happens with the Raps, those fists have to figure out Sergey Derevyanchenko, the 30-year-old Ukrainian native who fights out of New York, the Fight Club at Coney Island. He's a 31-win veteran, and Teddy has the fight plan.
Everybody needs a plan, or at least should have a plan when they're inside this squared circle. Derevyanchenko, who I'm going to play, he definitely needs one to deal with the very unorthodox, very awkward Sam Solomon. I have one for him. Remember that old saying, give him enough rope to hang himself? Well, enough room to make a mistake. Set a trap. Solomon likes to move around a little bit, and then all of a sudden he rushes at you when you don't expect it. So, expect it. Be ready. Be set. When you think he's coming, step back, give him enough room to make a mistake. Bang, bang! And count him. If you do that, yeah, well, not hanging himself, but I would never do that to him. Never. But getting a hit. Get a nice win.
Best buds in the fight plan. Can this man take a step forward, get closer to the opportunity for a belt? Sergey Derevyanchenko when we return in our main event. Now, tucked into the woods of eastern Connecticut, that is Foxwoods. Massive entertainment center, and we are moments away from a good-looking main event with Sergey Derevyanchenko against Sam Solomon, former middleweight. Now we're ready to fight. Stay with us. Glad you're with us from Foxwoods as we are set for our main event. It is the PBC on ESPN presented by Corona Extra. Let's look at the tail of the tape for this fight. And where do you begin in sizing up Sam Solomon, former middleweight titleist, also a super middleweight title challenger? He puts forth high CompuBox output numbers, but it's unconventional and very awkward in its delivery. Derevyanchenko has trained hard for this moment. From Coney Island in Brooklyn, he has been based, the Ukrainian, and he has a wealth of experience himself. Sweet baby Ray Flores has the introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Foxwoods Resort and Casino here in Mashantucket, Connecticut, Premier Boxing Champions now features the main event. 12 rounds in the middleweight division. The three judges ringside are Bill Morandi, Bob Paolino, and Eddie Scunzio. And the referee in charge, when the bell sounds, Johnny Callis. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He comes in wearing the black with the white. His professional record, 44 wins, 18 of those coming by way of knockout against 13 losses. Fighting out of Melbourne, Australia. He is the former champion, Sam King Solomon. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the gold with the blue. As a professional, 31 wins, 13 of those coming by way of knockout against one loss. Fighting out of Brooklyn, New York by way of the Ukraine. Introducing Sergey the Technician Derevyanchenko.
Got a real good referee for this one in Johnny Callis.
Sergey, Andre. Sam, Sergey, we received your instructions in the dressing room. I want you to protect yourself at all times. Above all, obey my commands at all times. First command is right now, touch gloves. The bell rings, box. Good luck to the both of you.
You know, sometimes there's dynamics that come out of the midair that, you know, just change a game, change a boxing match. Sometimes in a baseball game, there's a rain delay. And, you know, a pitcher's getting ready, and all of a sudden, you know, he's got to sit for an hour. He's got to sit for a half hour, and guess what? It throws him off. It's a dynamic that changes the outcome of the game. I wonder if that dynamic will change this fight, because neither guy really had, well,
for what it's worth, than Solomon, because it was Solomon dealt with second.
But again, third from their normal route and not given the right of it ready. The knee of Solomon could be a problem. His right knee. He's had problems before. See it, Joe, because the trunks that he wears, I believe, there should be some kind of. No, actually, there is no brace. But the right knee has had surgery more than once. It's been a problem. He's 42 years old. and you wonder if it's going to hold up. And he's going to need that right leg to hold up, because that's part of the game of Solomon. Move a little bit, attack a little bit, keep you off balance, basically make an ugly fight, create chaos.
Well, pretty much that first exchange you saw where he ended up on the canvas was the summation of what you get from Sam Solomon.
One thing Solomon brings, experience, and more experience. You want a little explanation or example of that experience difference? Well, here it is. Solomon has been 12 rounds 23 times. Well, Derevyanchenko has never been past 8 rounds, which he has gone 8 rounds 2 times. And that's what Solomon needs. It's not the physical abilities, it's the experience, the awkwardness. If he's going to pull off a big upset here.
He's looking for that lead right uppercut with his awkward approach of coming in. There's a right hand from Solomon, and then chases back against the ropes as he was off balance, and he goes down. A right hand scored by Derevyanchenko. Knockdown scored in round number 1.
5, 6, 7, 8. You doing okay, Sam? Here, walk to me, baby.
There's opportunities to catch Solomon coming. You know that old saying, come and get going. Plan, you can go right here and it will work. You can catch Solomon coming when he leaves those gaps, and you can catch him going when he goes straight back.
So Derevyanchenko off to a good start here against the veteran Sam Solomon. Knockdown scored in round number 1.
Good.
All right, Teddy, take us through that knockdown.
Well, he caught him going right there. Standing in front, left hand down. He's falling forward, Solomon. And Derevyanchenko gave him a little help to fall, not forward, but straight down. Again, he falls in, he creates gaps. You got to fill those gaps, and the Ukrainian fighter did a good job. That was a slip right there. And you touched on that early, Joe, that his awkwardness, you know, it betrays him sometimes. But that's what you get when you watch a Solomon fight.
When you mentioned the right knee being an issue, of course, he fought for the middleweight championship in 2014 against Jermaine Taylor, gave way of the belt. And in that fight, he injured his right knee badly. He was able to finish the fight, but was off balance throughout and was down plenty, and then was trying to come back and fight on March 5th against Antoine Douglas, but re-injured his right knee in training. Had to have arthroscopic surgery, so this is his first fight in 13 months, and already down in round number 1.
Yeah, I like Derevyanchenko. I watched tape on him, and what I liked about him, the best way I can say it, and it's a great compliment for me, is he's solid in every area. I didn't see anything he didn't do well. He might not be scintillating. He might not have that neon light talent in one area, but he is so solid in every area. He's always balanced. He's always on point when he throws punches, never out of position. Even with an awkward guy like Solomon, you haven't seen him out of position. His legs are always there, and he's accurate with his punches.
Don't punch.
Todd Grisham's in the corner of Sam Solomon. Todd?
Hey, Joe, I just talked to Christian Enor, the trainer for Sam Solomon. I asked him if Solomon's knee was okay. He said yes, it was completely fine. He just caught with an off-balance shot. It made me think back, though, to that Sergio Martinez versus Miguel Cotto fight where Martinez came in saying his knees were fine, and in the end, they weren't fine at all.
Yeah, got to have that steady foundation to stand up in this game. And he wasn't able to stand up to that right hand.
You know, Derevyanchenko is no spring chicken at the age of 30, Joe. But, you know, fighting somebody 42, I mean, he's the fountain of youth tonight.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, he had 300 amateur fights himself, Derevyanchenko. 2008 Olympian on that very talented Ukraine team. This is being scored a knockdown, so that's the second knockdown scored.
6, 7, 8.
It's just not a pretty picture at times when you watch Sam Solomon.
No, but you're getting the picture that I asked for at our opening. When I said
how about that?
If Derevyanchenko wants to go into the neighborhood of the other Ukrainian fighters, go out there and score a knockout against a guy who's only been stopped once in 58 fights.
His glove almost touched the canvas right there. As here comes Derevyanchenko headhunting the awkward veteran. Now he gets him in that neutral corner. See if he can thud home. Right there. Oh, my! How about that left? Sam Solomon crashing down. Wobbly, wobbly, and gonzo. Night over. Derevyanchenko knockout sensation there.
Catch him coming, catch him going. Solomon pulled out with his chin up. He's gotten away with it in the past. At 42, against a solid, undefeated, well, actually a fighter with one loss, a good, solid Ukrainian fighter, he did not get away with it. And again, Derevyanchenko answered the call that in some ways I put out there in the opening. You want to get my attention? Go knock out this 42-year-old former champion who is towards the end of his career, who's only been stopped once in 58 fights. Go stop him. Well, you got my attention.
I mean, he wrecked him there. As that's a good sign to see Sam Solomon, who was communicating with the medical staff, and they've got one of the very best ringside positions you could have in Dr. Michael Schwartz, who has served on many ringside position boards throughout the country, tending to Sam Solomon. So he is up and extending congratulations to Sergey Derevyanchenko. But Teddy, take us through this finish here and watch for the left.
Again, the right hand there, another right hand. There, that picture, not the best angle. See if we get another angle. The right hand does damage. The right hand again does damage. He's going to pull back. I'm going to guess he never saw that punch. And here comes the left hook. He's stepping back. The left hook right there. That's a good angle. From the other angle, the right glove of Solomon hit it. But you can see the impact on that angle. He pulls back, and the left hook was right there. And again, I was talking about catching him coming. He caught him coming. He caught him going. Stepped with him with that left hook. Right on the button. 6. Clean knockout. And to the point of what I said I liked about Derevyanchenko, Joe, even with an awkward son of a gun like Solomon that can make you dizzy sometimes trying to keep up with him, one of the strengths of Derevyanchenko is he's never out of position. He was right there to deliver that punch. Took a step, kept his legs under him, good balance, and bang. Night over.
What do you say we make it official? Here's Sweet Baby Ray.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Johnny Callis, waves off about 2 minutes 41 seconds of the second round for your winner by technical knockout, Sergey the Technician Derevyanchenko.
He delivered what he expected to deliver on, and he brought it. Sergey Derevyanchenko trying to work his way towards a title shot at 160 pounds. More when we come back. D on ESPN is presented by Corona Extra, who invites you to find your beach. The bright lights in the big tower at Foxwoods, and underneath that was the big boom from Sergey Derevyanchenko, the middleweight prospect working his way up against the former titleist Sam Solomon, Teddy.
Right there, you see what impresses me with Derevyanchenko. He took little steps to get there. Step small to your man, son. Step small. Look at him, taking those little steps, closing the gap, not being over anxious, not putting himself out of position, being set to deliver the final punch.
Strong-looking 160-pound prospect moving towards contender, putting himself in line to possibly fight for a belt soon enough. The Ukrainian native, the former Olympian, who's now based in Brooklyn, USA. Big moment here at Foxwoods. For Teddy, Marisol, Bernardo, and Todd, and the rest of our crew, I'm Joe Tessitore, telling you to have yourself a great night and enjoy some SportsCenter right now.